Welcome back, everyone. So today I wanted to do just a quick video in between this truck here. I'm working on that video too, on the cab corner one with what's going on next with it, putting it in the booth, you know, all that stuff. But so I had a issue with my truck last week where my intake broke. The intake manifold broke and it was leaking water down into it was just leaking water, getting down into my my plugs and all that, creating a mist, and it was just bad, losing water. You know, I was going through like a couple gallons every other day or so it was bad. So I had to get it fixed because it's my only transportation and my work truck. So anyways, I put the intake on it, got it all back together. It has a little mist now when you go to accelerate, just right when you start to accelerate. And I tried these coils, these little cheap coils from Amazon. I'll put the pricing and all that stuff in the description or in the video there when I edit it. But I put these in beforehand because I had a miss from before, thinking that I had a couple bad coils, and it didn't end up being that. It didn't end up being this because I swapped them all back out, took these back out, put the old ones back in. I got the same miss. So then I thought a couple of the plugs didn't fit on the injectors. They didn't clip in no more. So something happened there. With the plugs throughout the years, people taking them on and off, they don't know about this bottom little thing you push and pull, or they pried on it and snapped it. Who knows? Whatever happened. But because you do have a lot of misfire problems with these F-150 5.4 engines, so throughout the years, you know, people probably just messed the plug up. So anyways, when I switched the intake over, I noticed that the injector seals is a little bit hard, but I thought, you know, it worked in the old intake. I didn't have any that day when I was fixing it. I had to get it fixed to get back to work. So I put it all back together. Everything's fine. I mean, the truck runs good other than that initial mist that it has. And sometimes when you're going down like the highway under a load, like when it's already in, you know, high gear, it'll miss a little bit there. It'll like, you know, like give it a little shake, like almost like a, you know, like a bad plug or a coil or something misfire. No codes or nothing. Usually when they misfire like that, it'll throw a code telling you what engine, you know, what cylinder's misfiring. Code red. I did a little research, and I know this too, but when these seals get hard and old, this can create a misfire, and it'll also can create like a vacuum leak, stuff like that. Bad smell of gas. Now in the old intake, I was smelling bad, you know, odors in the vehicle at times.
What's that smell?
But I was just thinking it was old. The thing's got almost 300,000 miles on it. So I'm thinking it's just blow by or whatever from the engine. You know, I'm smelling it through the exhaust. Well, these things, if the seals are bad in your injectors, vacuum leak, bad smell of fuel, misfire, all that stuff can happen. Well, I'm not getting the smell no more, maybe because I reseated it, because I put a little Vaseline around the seals when I put it back together. So maybe that's helping it some, you know. And in the old intake, why I didn't have the misfire, who knows what happened there with the new one to there to now, you know, it's there now. So what we're going to do today is, I got these cheap injectors from Amazon and these cheap coils from Amazon. So they wanted almost 30 bucks for these seals. I got these injectors for that price with the seals. There's decent reviews on it, so we're going to stick them in and try it. At the worst, you know, if there's something going on with the injector after we put them in, I can at least pop the seals off, stick them on my old ones, you know, because, you know, I'm not out, you know. Actually, it's a good deal. So let's just see now in this video if these cheap injectors are worth it. I do know these coils work great, because when I did put them in with the old intake, when I first started getting my misfires, I had to stick 3 in the passenger side, and it took care of the miss, and it seemed like the motor was running better, because they say on the thing that they're a higher voltage than the factory ones, so that they give you a better performance. So anyhow, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to set these cameras up, I'm going to get it turned around, and we'll get this thing tore down. We'll go through it real quick. I got to get it fixed. This, like I said, it's my only transportation. It shouldn't take that long, and we'll see what happens with these cheap parts here. And you know, it could be somebody out there might not want to deal with this, because like these things here, I got this whole kit, all 8 of them. It was under 50 bucks. You can't buy one for that at the parts store. Not one. I think they're like 70 to 100 just for one coil, and they work great. So I'm hoping the injectors are the same way, you know, because man, that's a heck of a buy for 8, you know, of these and 8 of those. So, and I went ahead and got these was only $9 bucks or $8, just under $10, I think. I can't remember, but for the all new coil plugs, because there is a couple of them on there that just slide on. You can pull them right off. I had to put tape around one. That's how bad it was. But you know, and then we can get the clip, you know, and have a nice new plug again. So that'll eliminate if that's the problem in one of these, maybe. I don't know. I did spray some. I do know my seals are hard, and I do know that there's a couple of these loose. So we're going to eliminate both problems today. Let's do that. All right, I'm going to set you guys up and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're going to start by removing this cover here and the breather. We'll get it out of the way. I'm going to try to do this as minimal as possible. I've had this thing apart several times, so not fun. What's that stuck on there? There it is. Yeah, this is not real hard stuff, but man, it's aggravating when, you know, it ain't going the way you want it to. You're putting it together and start it up and you got a new problem. You check several things and it's all showing okay. Oh, that thing. Like I said, this thing has got so many miles on it, man. Oh, before we go any further, get our battery unhooked. We don't want to touch something and you figure that thing would come right off. I've had it off a million times. Okay. Yeah, because when you go unplugging all these sensors and stuff, you don't want to throw a code. So if you unhook it, well, like I said, I just had this dumb thing off. Yeah, so if you unplug your battery while you're doing all that, you risk the chance. It's a less risk by doing it that way. So in case you guys are wondering, this thing here, I put it on because when I put it all back together, there's something going on I got to figure out on this side. It's not letting it flow good through my PCV valve, and it's creating a real loud whistle through my filler cap, so it's not breathing correctly. I don't know if I got a bad PCV on this side. I got to take it out and look at it. Everything's so old and brittle. I mean, when I took this apart the first time, the heater core thing broke. I had to put two of those little, you can get these retrofit pieces for when they snap to fix them. They're, I don't know, under $10, but anyways, it's been a fun deal here. So we'll probably do the hardest side first over here. Let me get this couple things out of the way. This bracket. A lot of guys will do it and they don't remove a lot of stuff, but remove this stuff and you got a clear open view of it. Plus I want you guys to see it a little bit better, what's going on, the best we can anyways, with how these cameras are set up. I don't even know. I hope that one's even seeing it good. All right, let's do, trying to think what I want to remove, what I don't want to remove here. Because I know before when I did it, we do got to get rid of these or get these out of the way. Our little vacuum lines here. You just squeeze on this and then it pops off. That's the kind of stuff I was having issues with. You just touch them. All right, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to get this out of the way too. And this stuff goes right back in the spot it was in. And I'll tell you, if you, just like the, forget what video that was we did, but take the dryer. Just take you a picture and you'll know right where it all goes again. But I mean, look, just a couple of them things and it's already looking, you know, better. You don't have to do this, but I like doing it just because I got, room. So anyways, there's a bolt on the brake booster line here, right in the intake, 10 millimeter. Careful you don't drop stuff. Down inside there, you can get a magnet to get the stuff, but why? You know what I mean? It's a pain in the butt if you, it just slides off back here, the hose. And I'm just gonna bend it out of the way here. Turn the whole thing over there. Okay, now this line here, it's an exhaust tube. Trying to think here if I should try to do this without it. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this here, get this out of the way. Be careful with this stuff because it's so brittle. I'm telling you, it will break on you. But here's the same kind of plug here. You just push down on it and pull out. But a lot of people will try to start prying and doing things like that, and that's not how it goes. It'll break on you. Evidently, we've seen that on my coils. A couple of these vacuum lines here. Take them off. Pull them out of the way best as you can here. Probably start popping back on us. All right, I think we have one on this side. Yeah, back in the back there. And then we had this one right here. 10 millimeter right down into the intake. And when we put these back in, it's not going to be with this thing because you want to start, you can run them down real easy with it. I mean, look at that. Now we're all so open there. But yeah, if you try to run these down with this, you'll strip it because it's going into plastic. So we'll tighten them and you just snug them. You don't over tighten them, just snug them. My old intake where somebody had the coils in and out of it probably several times, because these things are bad for misses because they go straight down and the water, dirt, and all that stuff gets down in there. Antifreeze and stuff like that is conductive, so it's gonna give you a problem with stuff like that because it ain't just like plain water. And I'm not sure if water is or not. I don't think it is, but anyways, I'm gonna start unsnapping these and pulling them off. That one's still okay. Now I'll probably just, I don't know yet, I ain't decided. And these are, you're not gonna mess these up. If you pull them off, they're not gonna stretch to the next one. You know what I mean? So if you just pull them off, some of these are hard to get to. If you push in a little bit, just a little, and then squeeze your, or push your little thing, and I showed you guys on the new one, it comes right off. That's all I'm doing is pushing in, squeezing that clip down, and then removing it. Like I said, it's hard to get this camera in here, but if you guys was to do this on your own and you have a question about it, don't hesitate to ask. Okay, I think what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to do this. Well, first thing we want to do is take this rag, take your rag, go over on this side. Wonder if I can take that thing off so we don't mess it up. This goes in the back, this vacuum tube. Yep. Let's get it out of the way too. Like I said, these things will break so easy. All right, take your rag. There's a Schrader valve back here. See if you guys can see. It's right down right here. There's a cap on it, like a tire valve on your tire. Take the cap off. Get you, I like doing it with a little Phillips, a teeny Phillips, because a regular, you know, a flat blade screwdriver, you may jam that Schrader valve up. So take your towel, put it over it, and just release. See, this didn't have no pressure. That's one of the signs of it not holding pressure if them seals are bad. See, look, I got none, no pressure. The intake, your injector manifold should hold some pressure after you shut it off, because when you restart it, and sometimes I do have problems with restart, and it's a good sign right there. Okay, so what we're going to do over here is we got two 10s holding this injector rail in. Try to get this back one out first so I'm not in the way of the camera. Once again, this is going in the plastic. I didn't take it all the way out. I'm going to do it with my hand the rest of the way just so I don't drop it. And these are all the same bolts. The 10s go where the 10s, you know, on the manifold part, you can't mix them up. And then the injectors and the coils have a smaller one. It's like a 7 millimeter. I think it's 7. We'll find out here in a minute. Okay, so you just lift straight up and your rail comes up like that. So what we're going to try to do here is I'm going to try to twist these off a little. Now watch this thing shoot out a bunch of fuel. It shouldn't. We release the pressure. Put that rag down just in case. Nope. Okay. And they just pop up in there. These top ones, I don't think are the issue. It's these bottom ones. Now see, there's a crack. I got a crack in this injector. See if you guys can see this. Look at that. I never even seen that the first time. I don't know how, when that sprays, you know, and it might give you a different pattern, that can create that. You know what I mean? So there's one problem. That's bad performance, bad fuel mileage, bad all that. But these O-rings they're hard. Top ones ain't so bad, but this one, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep these in order just so I know where they're coming out at. I'm gonna do it on a table behind me from front to rear, kind of get an idea where they were so we can see. Yeah, this rail still has fuel in it. I should probably go get some more rags. Yeah, this thing ain't quitting. Let me go grab a couple more rags. Yeah, I love these little microfiber rags from Walmart. A big roll of them, like a pit. Look at, they just tear. For 14 bucks, you get a whole big roll of them. All right, I'm gonna try to put this one here for now. Give it a little wiggle and a pull down and a little twist. Yeah, they're in there like suction. There we go. Let's see what this one looks like. That one's okay on the tip, but the seal, it's a little hard too. Okay, keep moving along. Further back we get, the harder it's going to get for me anyways on this stand on the lift. Try to get this thing. See, with that thing there in the way, this is what I mean. And I don't want to pull that off, the whole throttle body. Let's try to do this like this. Oh, that one popped right out. That might be a bad sign. No brakes in that. Let me go ahead and get this last one out too, just while we're in here. I know you guys can't see this, but I'm shoving the rag back here trying to... Now this plug in the back here, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Same way though, squeeze it and pop it off. Now the fun part, getting this thing out of here. Come on out of there. Man, get out of there. Jesus. Come on, buddy. There we go. All right. Yep, that one's cracked too. I mean, it's like covering the tip of it. That was covering the where the fuel sprays. So imagine what that's doing in there. Yeah. Well, we definitely found, and that's hard too. We definitely found some crap going on, didn't we? So far, I can't believe I didn't see that before. Of course, I didn't really look at them like that. I just wiped my. Yeah. You think I would have seen it when I wrote? Not unless they just broke. If they're hitting something on this new intake, maybe. I don't know. I need to look down in there real quick. Like I said, it's a problem I had after the fact, so makes you wonder. We're gonna inspect these a little bit just to see. I'm probably gonna have to get that one's definitely. Let me get my little camera. I should have had this stuff out so we're not sitting here looking for stuff. Yeah, because it's probably buried in here. There we go. Okay, let's see what we can see with this. What's my battery dead? Probably. Oh, and I ain't got no AAAs. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice corroded thing. Jeez. Oh well, I'm gonna, yeah, okay. Anyways, I wanted you guys to see it. I can see down in here. They don't look bad. My guess is something happened there when I was putting it together. I had to break those. There's no way they was broke before. Yeah, I had to break them. Here's the new one. Yeah, they just sit down in there, guys. I probably overdid it. I bet you anything. All right, nevertheless, let's get us a little bit of Vaseline. Now we're gonna get to see what the new ones are like. All right, guys, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you real quick how these coils come out, just so you know that. And then what I'm gonna do off camera is I'm gonna take these all out, change them over. They're all the same, so we're not gonna miss anything, but it's just a 7. This is on the coil. I'm going to put my injectors back in first because I don't want to drop none of these bolts down in these, but I want to show you guys. It's just a 7 on those. These things just twist and come right out of your spark plug hole. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing special. And when you're putting them back in, just like I said, you start your bolt and you just snug them down. Do not over tighten them because they will be loose. On the plugs, I'm going to make sure, so far this side was all clipped on nice. I got 1 or 2 over on this side that's hokey, but I think we found our problem. I'm still going to change the one plug over there though, since it was crappy. But I think the problem is what we just seen. Maybe I pushed down too hard when I put the rail back in to get them to line up with the where they mount. Could have been anything. It's just a little, plus they're brittle. Like I said, everything I've been touching on here has just been busting so easy. I mean, it's been that bad. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put these new, they just pop in. I'm going to put a little bit of Vaseline around the seal, pop them in the rail first, push them up in there good to where they seat. They'll like pop, they'll go, you know, like a click where the seal gets in there good, and then set them down into the intake and put my bolts back in it. I'll show you when we're done, you know, what it looks like when they're mounted, just so you know. Same with these, pop one out, put all the new ones in it, and snug our bolts up. So I'll bring you guys back when I'm that far. No sense in doing all these on camera. What we'll do is on that side, maybe we'll do one total on camera, but it's what you're seeing right now, what we just did. So nothing different. I'll bring you back here shortly. Okay guys, we got it back together. The plug on this side that I thought was bad, the clip was there. So somebody must have pushed it in so far it was whatever. But this side was definitely easier because there's not much in the way. But same way we did that side. I didn't put the cover on the top yet because we're going to start it together here for the first time. I ain't started it yet. A couple things I want to point out to you here. Over here, look at these things. Every one of them's busted. And on this one, there's a piece missing right there. So it went down into the intake somewhere. Hopefully it gets through the valve train and burns up. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But lesson learned. Also, on this one here, I was putting the rail back down on the new injectors and it wouldn't go down. I was like, what's going on? Well, this seal stayed up in there. So make sure when you change your injectors to double check and make sure all your seals are on your injectors when you pull them out. Because if not, it's up in there. You got to pull it out. It won't fit right. Luckily, I didn't force it down and act stupid. But so anyways, I wanted to point that out. Like I said, the plugs was fine, but I do have them for future. You know, I'm always working on these Fords, so there I have them. I have a good set of old coils in that box. We're about to see how all this works together. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the other camera there. All right, we're gonna fire this thing up for the first time. Fingers crossed. Hopefully there's no stupid things. Let me get my keys real quick. Wish I had somebody here where I can, well, you know what? Let me cut the key on. That'll bring pressure to the fuel rail. And we can kind of do an overlook real quick. Make sure nothing's spraying out. Nothing's wet. Okay. All right. Might take a second to clear up. I did drop a bunch of fuel in that back cylinder back there when I took the injector off. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And also we have the battery unhooked. It's got to go through a relearn on your throttle body. So you want to let it idle down on its own. And then when you go drive for the first time, drive normal like how you drive, because it learns all that. So far it ain't that smooth yet. Hopefully that smooths up. Like I said, I dropped a lot of fuel in that back cylinder or in the injector hole. Poor old thing's got a ton of miles on it. Let me feel what it feels like inside here. I think that initial thing I was feeling is gone, but now, no, I still got a good miss in it. Try to get some of this cleared out of here. I think it's trying to. Might just need to run it, burn that fuel off them plugs that I dropped down in there. I'm gonna let it run here for a little bit. And then I'll bring you guys back here in a few. Let it warm up for a minute. Give me a few, I'll be back here shortly. All right, guys, literally right after I cut the camera off, I went inside to just get ready to shut it off, and it, boom, straight to smooth. Excellent acceleration now, no miss. It feels really good inside. So far, you guys, the coils and the injectors, success. Yes, they are worth it, in my opinion. I don't know long term, but they do work great. I mean, you look at it, 300,000 miles, that thing is running smooth, very smooth. I do got to check the what's going on with that PCV valve deal. I think my other one's clogged over there, so I'm going to get 2 new ones, put those in, and this'll wrap it up with this thing, man. But if you guys have any questions on any of this stuff, please feel free to drop me a comment. I'll put the when I edit the video, I'll put the what they cost on Amazon there and all that stuff, just so you guys know. And yeah, like I said, real short video. I just wanted to get this swapped over and fixed and kind of do a little quick, are these worth the money or not? I do know the coils work good, at least for, I've had them for over a month, maybe longer, and 3 of them were on this truck before the intake finally went completely bad. So they ran nice, they worked great. I did notice like a little bit of a power difference, so maybe they are a little hotter firing, you know, I'm not sure. It says it on the box that they are a little bit more a fire to them. So like I said, are they going to last a year or 2? We don't know, you know, but the initial thing, and it just keeps getting smoother right now. I mean, literally, it really is. I got my hand on it and I don't feel, this is probably the smoothest this truck has ran. Yeah, it's that little, when you just tap it that easy, when you used to do it before, it would go brrr, like a quick thing, you know. And like I said, under a load, like when you're in overdrive and you go to accelerate a little bit on the highway or somewhere, it would go brrr, you know, and just real wanky there. Yeah, that's cool. I'm so happy that these worked out, and you guys can see that and save a bunch of money. Like I said, them coils at O'Reilly are over 70 bucks a piece, so and that's my cost through the shop, so probably closer to 100. The injectors, same thing. They're very expensive. We just put 8 of them in for less than 50. I think it was like 30 or something. The injectors, same way. They were less than 50. I think it was 50 bucks or something like that, or 40 something. So I ain't got 100 bucks and all the new injectors and coils with new seals and everything. So yeah, I'm happy. So cool. That's going to wrap it up on this one, guys. And we'll see you soon on the F250 on the finishing of that. There's a lot of stuff going on there with the we're mounting the stand to the bed and all that, and getting it ready and out of the way, and the booth cleaned up. That thing's in the stages of getting finalized here. So once again, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for all the likes, the shares, subscribes that you guys are doing for me, the ones that are doing it for me. It is working. We're about to hit 400, I think, on the subscribers. So pretty soon when I hit the 500 mark, I'll be able to do an early program thing with YouTube, so I can start getting some kind of an earning from it. And then once I get to the one where I'm fully in, like I said, I got either 1,000 subscribers, I think, and 4,000 watch hours. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys. I just wanted to throw this quick little video in for you guys. I know these Fords are a very common vehicle, and I'm sure people that ain't my subscribers may run across it and see it. But yeah, worked out great on the injectors and the coils, guys. That's a win right there in my book. So thanks again, guys. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. Hey guys, I want to do a quick update since I drove the truck. Man, I'll tell you what, that thing, wow. So evidently the dry seals and stuff in that nature has been an issue since I got the truck, because it's never ran that smooth. Now also I wanted to bring up something about these coils and injectors. So some of you guys everybody don't own a Ford, so I'd say I'm going to put the name of these injectors in the description there if you guys are interested. Maybe see if they make some for the vehicle you have, because they so far are good. I mean, I think they're going to be okay. Usually when you get something like that and it's, you know, something's gonna, like I had an 07 F-150 and I bought some injectors from somewhere else, not there. I think it was on eBay, and they were supposed to be high flow or something, and they said you could put them in your stock engine and all that stuff. Well, I put them in there and that thing was just dumping so much fuel. I had to change my oil like 6 times to get all the gas out of the crankcase. And that was on a brand new engine. So I was so worried about, you know, messing my new engine up. It was just, it fumed the whole place up. I mean, when we first started it, I was like, man, what's going on? Ended up being those injectors. So, but anyhow, if if you guys are interested, I'll put the name there, whatever. If you guys to try to save some money, that's what this whole purpose of this video is. Are these things worth it? In my opinion, yes. The coils, I have had a little more time with those. Definitely, those are worth it. The injectors, we'll see in time. I'll try to do an update or something. Maybe put it in the comments there after a month or so. I'll drop it in the comments there and just to let you guys know. But that's it. I just wanted to do a little update since I drove it. Very smooth, very so different. I mean, you know when you drive your vehicle how it feels. You know, it's really smooth for 300,000 miles especially. Wow. But again, guys, thank you so much. Please try to like, share, subscribe, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about what we just did here, please feel free to ask me. I don't care. I'll answer whatever you want to know. That's about it. That'll wrap it up for this one. Just a short, quick video. I wanted you guys to see this and see if these things are worth it. Thanks again. See you on the next one.